Hello everyone. So in this tutorial we will learn how to create a data mapping. As you should already know, a pipeline in PipeForce is an easy to learn low-code script which can do many things for you. One very important thing is the mapping, conversion, and normalization of JSON data. Now let us assume that you are presented with a customer dataset from the sales system and you need to make sure that this data perfectly fits into the structure of the ERP system. Now we need to find a way to convert the source data from the CRM system to a target format of the ERP system. To do so, you can actually use the data mapping power of a pipeline. Now let's first go to the workbench. And here, let's assume that we have a customer data of this type. And we want to actually convert it to this format. Now we need to map from the source format to this target format. And how will we do that? We will create a data mapping pipeline. For that, we will first go to the My App and click on Add New Property. And here, we will add the property key as here and change the MIME type to application/YAML and type equals pipeline. Then click on the Save button. So after that's done, we need to create a pipeline such as this. Now here we're using the data.mapping command, which is used to map from one structure to another. The input parameter defines the source data as a static JSON string in this example. Now the rules parameter defines the mapping rules, which will read from the input data and write to the output data. You can define as many mapping rules as you want. Each mapping rule ends with a comma, as you can see here. As a first rule, we simply concatenate the first name and the last name separated by a space from the input and write the result into the output to the location customer.name. The second mapping rule simply copies the age field to the nested customer.age field on the output. The third rule is an expression which detects whether the age field on the input contains a value that is greater or equal to 18, and then it writes the result to the output at the location customer.isLegalAge. There's also a rule by at date.now, which is basically the current date. And then the last rule is similar to the previous one and calls the util at user in order to return the username of the currently logged in user. And then it writes the result to the new field mapped by at the top level of the output. Now we click on the Save button, and then we can also run this right here to see how the mapping works. Now, as you can see here, this input has been converted to our target output using the rules and the data.mapping command, as I previously explained. And now you should see a similar result as this. Congratulations, you've created your first data mapping rules in PipeForce. And now this will be the end of the tutorial. If you want to find more about PipeForce and the tutorials in the documentation, just check the description in the info box, and you can also get started with your free trial.